afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, another wildly maddening 1 vs 1 here on Vilshanka with me, a host Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Hero, Strike Defender of the Fatherland. So strap yourselves in tight. This is going to be a fun one, as always, with me. Setting is 1944, the Western Front. The Americans are getting ever closer here. The Germans are feeling the heat, so are quickly launching a counterattack here with the 3rd Panzergrenadier versus Tiramisu's 6th Armored Division. We've got Mechanized, we've got Mobile Defense and Elite Troops with Infantry and Panzerfaust versus a Rifle, Mechanized and Heavy Cavalry. Here's Tiramisu brings down the weight of the American war machine upon Deez nuts. Yeah, that's what he calls himself. He calls himself a lot of things. Triple Infantry there. Bulletins for Tiramisu. Double Grenadiers here for Deez with double Riflemen for Tiramisu. Standard stuff from both players, though. I suppose for the Wehrmacht, not going for immediate machine gun is slightly less non-standard. In particular, as the Americans, you kind of want machine guns up, keeping them down. Though some players prefer to just commit to as many rifles as possible. That way, just gain some more firepower that way. Plus, I suppose, lessen the risk of just your machine getting outflanked by a rifle squad, in which case the Wehrmacht usually in a bit of a sticky situation. So either way, Deez here spreading out aggressive with Grenadiers, Pioneers, everywhere, heading some just in all sorts of directions, which further just leaves from the situation in one-on-one engagements is going to fall a bit behind, since Grenadiers versus Riflemen at one-on-one, the Riflemen tend to have the advantage. I mean, not a long range. The problem is, of course, the Grenadiers on their own have absolutely nothing to prevent them from getting close to them. So the same issue the Fultz Grenadiers had in Companies 1, which also sort of always make it a bit weird when people just say, well, deal with the machine gun, then what they flank? Well, you cover the Fultz Grenadiers, except the Fultz Grenadiers can't do it. Again, they couldn't prevent them from getting close. But anyways, we've got machine gun on the way here for Deez, not just, a small little thing there. I always just remember. In those discussions, they became very circular. Anyways, Pioneers as the Rifleman, push back, he's trying to wall off, he's making it hard here for Tiramisu, just go straight for the core points, and it is a bit exposed, though. I would say Vilshanka, compared with other maps, does have one particular edge, which is there's no buildings here, there's nothing that just gets rushed, then you have something to dig in with. While there are buildings, they're not really in a hypercritical spot, so thumbs up to that. Grenadiers versus Reasons here, M1 Carbines versus Carnot TK, grabbing the victory point here. 3rd Grenadiers going there for Deez with 3rd Rifle all ready out for Tiramisu for America. Freedom, democracy, Eagles. Riflemen down here going to flank in against the Grenadiers here, who are mostly occupied with the Reasons here, plus this sun has less windows, so it can't really respond well here to Tiramisu's aggression, as his Riflemen fire off against the Grenadiers, laying down shot after shot and curse after curse. More Riflemen away there for Tiramisu. Cancels it. Briefly considers it's going to take up. I imagine it's going to be the Lieutenant. Yes, indeed. Standard move for most American players, though, sometimes there are surprises. So that is what's happening there. Push here for the centre. We got Riflemen being suddenly found themselves surrounded by the Grenadiers as Deez nuts quickly moves in all his troops to deal with that. Deez nuts, the son of a great Asian nut entrepreneur, makes a lot of nut products for all of Asia. Well, not really. I'm guessing he's just trying to be funny. 4th Rifle's going to live for Tiramisu, so while he does take up, he also commits to a sort of very heavy infantry build. 4 Riflemen into the Lieutenant is going to be a lot of firepower. That means Mr. Deez nuts is only going to require some heavy firepower to respond. Either a lot of G43 sort of on the cheaper side of things, or he's going to need a lot of machine guns. Panzer Grenadiers, though, can also work out nicely. These Grenadiers probably need to retreat before they get wiped out. But here we go, sees an opening, head straight for the car point, digs in with the Grenadiers. Thumbs up there. A nice tactical read on the situation, because Tiramisu is soon ready to hit with the full force of America. Quickly falling back, he's not going to try and defend it, he just wants to disrupt. He wants to keep Tiramisu running about here. The points that aren't quite, say, critical. Critical in this case, but not critical, for Deez nuts to necessarily hold. Back here, Grenadiers reinforcing tech over there happening for Deez and for the 15th Panzergrenadier Division. I imagine there'll be some light machine guns on the way, or he could be aiming for flamethrowers on the Pioneers, and that's exactly what he does. Helps, in case Tiramisu decides to dig into either buildings or heavy cover. Rifling up against the Grenadiers, Rifle Grenadier here could be pretty effective, though the tech isn't done, so obviously doesn't have access to it. Machine gun can help out, rifling up here, quickly shifting targets. Very good prioritization there, since obviously the ones trying to get close are the bigger target. Rifling the bushes, they're being suppressed. Grenadiers will have to retreat. Lieutenant flanking up from the north here, further pressuring Deez's central position here with the Grenadiers, and there's not enough support elsewhere. The Grenadiers being occupied here, but the Riflemen's up in the church, leaving Deez's front line deeply overextended. And the South Pioneer is pushing against the rifle here with Grenadier support on the way, but he still lacks something around the centre. Machine gun being repulsed. He's trying to stop the Lieutenant, but he might not be able to settle in time in the usual machine gun delay. Oh, no! Just barely gets him suppressed in time. Damn close there for Deez. That was also damn risky. Usually there's some delay on the MG42 with the fires, at least sometimes there is. By the way, in this case did not happen, allowing the machine gun to avoid total annihilation at the hand of the Lieutenant. Tiramisu keeps up the pressure, keeps the momentum, going for the anti-aircraft half-track, very potent vehicle in the American arsenal, very good versus infantry, very good versus vehicles, plus on top of that, self-repair just makes it an absolutely amazing package. This is going to be quite a trick here for Deez to deal with. I mean, he can hope to lay down a telemine in time, catch it up on that, but so far though he's not had a lot of sort of calm time to lay down a telemine in a good spot that could really catch it up. Otherwise, the only sort of big thing he's got going at the moment is the Tiramisu's pressuring and manpower losses is preventing from immediately getting an ambulance, which does mean his rifleman will be a bit depleted, which is something Deez here could hope to take advantage of, in particular since he is setting up for a medic bunker, though he's a bit short on munitions. Machine gun here being quickly outmaneuvered again by the Lieutenant. Like to make a nice company, not up yet help from either. But he can soon go for the medics, and that'll probably be a good choice. Telemine's down. Very good choice, but obviously if that telemine pays off, but still trying to get down telemines in the first place usually pays off. And there you go, half-track out just shortly after the mines hit. This will obviously be connected somehow baited into the telemine, so it's going to turn out he's just positioning them poorly. I mean, considering this is the flow of the battlefield, I think you're a bit off here since that's more of a natural spot here due to how the roads themselves flow. So either way, we shall see. Far up north, a few depleted Grenadiers grabbing the victory point here as Tiramisu moves ahead. He is ruthless, relentless. Machine gun sitting outside a small shed. It's not going to prove to be the bastion of Germany that will somehow stop the half-track there. I mean, incendiary rounds that could do the trick here. Of course, in this case, Tiramisu realizes as soon as he sees that small veterancy start pop up that he's going to get popped with incendiary rounds. He gets the devil out of there, though, as you might notice, quite effectively immediately puts the MG42 to veterancy 2 there. And he's going to be much more effective at dealing with infantry. Plus, of course, puts it closer to veterancy 3, which just makes it even better. I'd like to make a nice company up medic bunk as well here for Deez. Back here in Tiramisu's base, we got the ambulance on the way of Rifleman Lieutenant. They have seen much better times where they haven't been shot. Back here, troops reinforcing, half-track there, being repaired. There we go. Behind the tree. Goddamn crowd shooting at us? Yeah, goddamn crowds. It's not like we were shooting at them. Well, we were technically. Yeah, well, whole different set of rules there, Carl. Whole set of different rules. Gonna use those riflemen here. Shots per thousand, get a fourth hit. Again, range. Gonna these usually have the advantage of riflemen, though not a huge one. Is still a noticeable advantage to a degree due to how their weapons work. Back here, healing enforcement almost done. Pack 4 on the top deal with a half-track. Going for 2-2s tends to be more risk and dare versus the half-track, since you can basically deal with the light vehicles. So you usually want like more 2-2s than one, in which case you're investing a lot. And even then, the half-track can still deal with it. So in that situation, a lot of armor players tend to just go for the Pack 40, since, well, you usually only need one anyway, so the half-track needs to really sort of get behind it to deal with it. So the Pack 40 tends to be, in most armor players' eyes, the perfect solution. Now the player has yet to commit to a doctrine here. They're sort of hesitating, dithering, not entirely sure which direction they wish to push this in. After filling up here under Grenadiers, pushing them back nicely. Down here we got Pioneers taking the Lieutenant, again flamethrower, script versus heavy car, plus of course units bunched up in general, because the flamethrower is actually an AoE weapon. So Lieutenant here looks so nicely scrunched up behind a small piece of heavy cover, is great for the Pioneers. Quickly flushing out of there, but Deez here is on the defensive against Tiramisu's wild and valiant assaults. But we got the Pack 40 out. Ooh. He hits the telemine. It does pay off there for Deez. A huge win here. Half-track is gone, and he only paid 50 munitions to put it into it. Excellent trade there for Deez, and of course bad news there for Tiramisu. In particular for the guys with the mines, because we missed it. God damn it, I thought you took care of that mine. No, I thought Carl did. There is no Carl. Oh, damn it. Down at the point in the north, back here, bars up, so Tiramisu with the loss of the half-track is quickly switching over to plan B, which is just to get a lot of automatics and just shoot as many Germans as possible, which tends in fact for many American players be plan A anyways. And of course with a half-track, would have just been an ancillary part of the whole, just firing a lot of the Germans. Still getting rid of the half-track on top of the BRs is going to help slow down Tiramisu a bit and give Deez a bit of chance stalling him and murdering him. He is bringing out another machine gun though, very good here. Again, all of these riflemen, particularly with the BARs, and you can see there the machine gun poorly set up. Quickly shredded by the bars out in the open. Lots of bars there can do a lot of damage, and that should not be taken lightly. So having double machine guns up to cut off more avenues and just slow down Tiramisu's advance is going to be quite helpful here. Panzer Grenadiers could be an option, but at this stage he's probably going to angle more for Grenadiers with light machine guns to shoot back at the riflemen at range. Though there's always room for surprises. Car 4 may being attacked by the gut machine gun there, laying down some heavy fire, still gets a rendered neutral. Other troops are reinforcing here. We'll see if Deez here tries to take it as fast as possible as Tiramisu has got something else planned here. Far up north, Grenadiers there push back with the riflemen. The bars there make a very big case for the Americans winning there, even with the Grenadiers inside the house. And you forward coming down. They're not fully reinforced, might be moved a bit too fast there. Pack 40 hanging back, Pioneers, everything else setting out. And there we go, light machines being handed there to Deez's Grenadier. Increasing the amount of firepower I can bring to bear on the rifleman, in particular range. Which is definitely going to be great for him and for the German army. Riflemen sneaking through the north here. Still have not yet to see a doctrine from any of the two. They still seem to be a bit reluctant to choose anything. They seem hesitant. We got Bazooka team up for Tiramisu. Already planning ahead for either light vehicle or just German tanks. Machine guns defending the fuel point there. We'll see if we can do it fast enough. We might rush in the Pioneers to assist. Rifle grenade off, push back the rifle there, well shot by Deez. And he might just hit for the cuff point again. Doesn't get in time there for the fuel pump, gets rendered neutral by Tiramisu, further allowing Tiramisu to pull ahead. And looks like so far Tiramisu is going to be pulling for tanks pretty fast. The question of course, does he go for a rifle company and the EC8s, or does he now go for mechanized? In most cases players are going for it soon obviously, in which case he could also just go for regular tanks and then stall for heavy cavalry and the Pershing. So a few options there for Tiramisu versus Deez. Most of the arriving and the south point there being secured, being grabbed. Machine gun left to cover the centre there. Grenadiers flying back down the major moving in, firing his pistol while trying to look as snazzy as possible. Am I shooting my pistol right? Yes you are, Major. Yes you are. An absolutely great shot with it. Thanks. Machine gun holding up the rifle in the centre. We got mortar raining down. They could also just smoke and rush ahead there, but guess it doesn't quite feel like that is fast enough. Back here, the attack going on for Deez and the 15th Panzer Grenadiers will probably bring up some armor soon enough here versus Tiramisu. That's going to be great, and so it's going to be necessary as Tiramisu is soon going to be hitting him with Shermans. More engagement up north. These Pioneers push back one rifle squad, see about the rifleman, and we got the Major there, putting in a major effort and calling in artillery in a major way on the church. Rifleman cross negative go against going to do some light machine guns. Maybe put time a rifle it well there because they're going to do some serious damage. There we go. Decent hit. More Grenadiers around as well to deal with the rifleman. Not before though, the Grenadiers are forced to fall back in the face of these double barred riflemen, which is quite a lot of firepower. North Pioneers was the Major, murdering away there. And up here got a rifle pinned down by the other machine gun there from Deez. Very good, very good. Handing his machine guns flexibly though, could possibly fall into the recklessly if he's not careful here. Mortar fire raining down immediately here. Tiramisu's response is immediate and full of anger. Ooh, there you go, quick getting down south riflemen to try and cross to the half track, but take too much damage from the German infantry, who themselves fall back up once the initial moment of advantage there fades away. Tiramisu can very soon go for the Sherman. He's got the fuel, but he just needs the manpower. In this regard, the engagement versus Deez and Nuts is bleeding him out of manpower, which does make it hard to just pull for the Shermans. In this regard, Deez's tactics are paying off. He is stalling, getting more time to himself, pull up for tanks, though he needs to support my core unless he is planning for tier 4, which would be a bit bold, but not completely unanticipated. Grenadiers starting a negative cover versus a lot of rifle bars is an absolutely terrible idea there, and we can see immediately pulls back the Grenadiers and before joining in, quickly suppressing the, or at least attempting to suppress all the advancing riflery while splitting up a bit to make it harder for it to happen. Doesn't quite happen fast enough though, and artillery is called in from the nearby Major, forcing a full retreat here. Could have been depoted CoH smoke. No, he did not bother, because he doesn't have access to it. And there you go, Tiramisu pulls up the first tank, Sherman on the way. Deez here with the Supremo Corps. And far up north, we've got a rifle there, quickly scouting hit before making a push for the fuel. Machine gun here, possibly going to be a bit more active there, but still defends the Southern Nations and the victory point here against any armies. Veteran 3 Grenadiers, the light machine gun. No other players yet to commit to a doctrine, and certainly the longer it gets stalled out here, the more likely they're aiming for something with big tanks. So for Tiramisu, heavy cavalry. For Deez, it would in this case most likely involve elite troops and possibly a Tiger Ace to try and finish off things with. Pioneers again for the riflemen. Okay, troops reinforcing. Lots of shooting here. And we got the Sherman out. 50 cal being added. High explosive rounds here. Tiramisu is obviously not too worried about the Germans getting out any panzers right away due to his harassment against Deez. The Deez is not too far off though from being able to go for Panzer Force. You could also go for StuGs, which could be helpful versus the Sherman in some ways. There we go, Pioneer spotted. They could get wiped out. It's going to force a replacement here for Deez. Yeah, wiped here. The high explosive rounds makes incredibly short work of them. Back forward though. Getting off one here, but it's all risking out maneuvering there. Gomez wiping out the machine gun. The high explosive rounds to the Sherman are completely nuts. Of course, worth noting about the armor piercing rounds of the Sherman, they're basically just what the Panzer IV fires standard. So obviously there's a bit of a trade-off here. At the same time, with the armor piercing rounds, you're not exactly sacrificing a lot versus infantry though. So that is a bit worth nothing there. But still, of course, the high explosive rounds just makes it amazing versus infantry. Rather than just good. Then it's being pushed back. Heavy mortar hit there. Almost takes out quite a few Grenadiers. So still takes out half of them, roughly. Panther almost down there though for Deez for the 15th Panzer Grenadiers, and then from nearby Panzer Division. Victory points wise, Tiramisu does have a small lead here over Deez and the 15th Panzer Grenadiers. Far up north, far from them, moving ahead. Major reactions falling back in a major retreat. And there you go, almost got the rifle. There you go, Panzer IV takes it out with the main gun and the pin of the CoH machine gun. Nice work there. Tiramisu a bit too slow to retreat, was in this case punished by the might of the Wehrmacht. 10 in there charging ahead. Of course, all with the double bars, very good. Fun thing is, it took a lot. Players a long time before they even considered upgrading Lieutenant with, say, an extra bar. So many players just run around and unupgraded, but it's now become more or less standard. So, a little fun side note there, sort of meta-wise. Rifle change to the MD-42, the machine gun there heroically guns them down. Not too worried about that. But they might have to be worried about the Sherman moving in. Of course, now with armor piercing rounds, there's a tank about, but at the same time, still not exactly doing poorly versus infantry. Machine gun in this case too, doing ample work versus the machine gun crew, forcing back, Panzer IV moving down to help you with the Sherman, though in this case the turret's a bit pointing in the other direction. Allowing the Sherman an easy escape here in the face of the Wehrmacht. More pioneers on the way to repairs tanks, definitely need it there. And he's gone for mechanized in a surprise move. They would have figured elite troops, but these Nazis clearly got something else in mind. Possibly command tanks and howitzers. I mean, mechanized grenadier groups could happen, but seems less likely unless, you know, his name is actually Schütze, which I don't think it is. Rifleman Lieutenant, big massive push from Tiramisu to the north that he is just moving ahead full steam here. Pack 4 that gets to it in the Sherman at max range, but Tiramisu is undeterred, and he's going for heavy cavalry, opening up the smoke screens there versus the Germans, though so far popping none. Going for the fuel point here. Panzer IV there with the damage engine coming through here. They're a bit damaged though. They'll go for a deeper flank here. No smoke there either. Definitely something Tiramisu probably could get a bit better at here versus Deez. North right here was the Grenadiers. Heavy machine gun fire there raining down on the riflemen as they stand behind the heavy cover. Pushing them back. Over here, troops enforcing healing. Mortar could probably move a bit further closer as well. Rations mainly hanging back, waiting for something to happen. There you go. Deez in this case opting for the Sturmgeschütz. Probably to help deal with the Sherman, but also possibly starting to have an inkling of what might happen. In which case the StuG's going to be quite helpful versus the Pershing. So that could very well be sort of what's happening. I mean, he's basically seeing nothing that indicates any of the other doctrines. Plus, in terms of meta, most American players will go for heavy cavalry. Plus, I mean, the other ones usually indicate something soon, like mechanized, you go for it a lot sooner, and rifle cavalry simply flamethrowers. So, at this stage, I think these knights have sort of guessed correctly that his opponent's aiming for the heavy cavalry because through the magic of just logic, it's pretty clear to exclude the other two and conclude that it's heavy cavalry. Since again, in most situations, by this stage, if they haven't chosen something else, haven't seen any signs of it, it's heavy cavalry and a Pershing. And some players just like to, call in the big tank. And of course, this is where Deez slightly bucks the trend, buying again for mechanized and possibly just sticking with a command tank. But there you go, rifle block. They held it by the MD-42. Veteran 2 barrel allows to quickly suppress and cause negative cover. Actually, decreases chances of quickly suppressing troops. They're absolutely nothing to hide behind. You could have smoked up, anticipated a machine gun here, since Deez Knights has placed the machine gun there often, so smoking to prepare for such eventuality could have been a great and very strong move here versus Deez, but didn't quite happen. StuG takes a mortar hit, spotting scopes being added, but no pendulum up machine gun. And there we go. Tiramisu, to the surprise of I imagine absolutely no one, is going for the Pershing. So that's going to put some pressure there on these nuts. It's definitely going to need, I think another Sturmgeschütz to really increase the chance of stopping the Pershing. I mean, of course, might still have some luck, though sadly I don't think we see any more teller mines to slow down such a move. Far up north, bit of a standoff here between two infantry squads, basically about close to 1/3 of the map. And there you go, Deez opting for the Sturmgeschütz number 2. Pack there, and StuG flanking the Pershing there. Tiramisu moving ahead, I think, too recklessly without a smoke screen. Becomes immediate target. There you go. Bazooka teams are coming on the flank. They could very well risk taking out Deez's Sturmgeschütz if he does manage to pull it back. They're just in the nick of time. Close one there though for him, but he does manage to salve it, and then he charges Panzer IV straight into it all in the hopes of taking them out, but could risk losing the Panzer IV here. Even with all the suppressive fire, there might be a chance. Get some more kills to put back the Panzer IV. The StuG up north got the Sherman flanking in, taking advantage of his emphasis there. Could take out the StuG, then again there's a good chance to lose the Sherman. Here we go, main gun out. Damn close here, and the Sherman is kaput. That could easily gotten horribly wrong there for Deez, and there you go, Panzer IV was taken out. Second StuG arriving, Pershing being repaired, trying to join in. He'll obviously might have a chance to rush in and take out some armour, though still also risk losing the Pershing with that. But with the Pershing as it is, that is absolutely just silly to charge in there. The north in the fires of the Sherman, the Germans push back the remaining troops, and the second StuG moves up. Still is going to need more pioneers to repair these two reasonably fast. As for Tiramisu, more rations to assist with the Pershing repairs would also be quite good for him. Tiramisu, they're having lost one rifle squad, is beginning to diversify a bit further, bringing out a 50 caliber machine gun to help contain Deez's infantry. Not a bad choice at all. Machine gun bet you setting up here, got rifle ring about. Do they have grenades, by the way? They do not. But we do finally get this motion off here from Tiramisu. In this case, just a bit too late as the German army sends in to cover the squad there to just hammer them with light machine guns. Mortar though on the scene, but a bit too late. Like the Grenadiers advancing, they're both fetching feet, but he moves them out into negative cover and right into a lot of bars, so opts has to fall back. StuG moving up, noting no pin up machine guns, which would assist the infantry with a bit extra firepower there at longer ranges. First Panzer IV there almost done. StuG is still need repairs, and Tiramisu's Pershing though is once more ready to deliver a quite large portion of hell upon the Germans. Skirmishing here, 50 kilo flying coming for the rifleman's advance. Very good here. No smoke screen up though to try and deal with anything. We got a mortar on the way for Deez, probably for his own artillery support and possibly for smoke support though. Of course, you can also make use of smoke bombs from the doctrine to assist with that. We have seen some players though primarily ships in the use of that. But obviously not just ships. There you go, Pershing going for the machine gun. The machine caught a really bad spot. He plus the rifle on the bars there. Could see a wipe here against Deez's. Machine gun makes it out of there. And the bazooka team covers the flank of the Pershing here from the StuG, preventing him from getting off any further hits besides a first shot. Second StuG moving in, not fully repaired here. Deez is feeling the pressure of Tiramisu's attack into the south and has to commit what he has to stop the armies for Germany and StuG. Got the mortar there firing way close to 53. We got Deez's mortar moving up to the front line there, probably either kind of the machine gun or the mortar himself. Pentafor doing what they can. There you go, German mortar firing down the other mortar, grabbing the central victory point there. StuG's slowly moving ahead, and he's wrecking the house. Basically realising he's not making much more of that house than Tiramisu's using it to disrupt him, so he's just going to buy everything added. Shouldn't we like use explosives to take the towns down? Nine, just keep firing armor piercing rounds. It'll fall apart eventually. But isn't that a waste of ammunition? Like if you don't have anything else? So technically StuG's ammunition load would actually been 33% armor piercing rounds and 66% high pressure rounds. But then again, most StuG cruiser bolts take out the ammunition and actually just load in more ammunition. So who knows? They probably load in some armor piercing rounds to guess that specific mix. No fun fact. There you go, right from this happening here from the Panzer IV and the Grenadiers. All of those machine guns just unleashing 7 flavors of death, and there you go, right and wiped. That's another wipe there against Tiramisu. Needs to be careful. There you go, another smoke screen down. In fact, he's got grenades up, so it looks like Tiramisu's tactics are slightly sharpening up here as he realizes he can't just rely on raw firepower and shouting freedom like he's some sort of, you know, Scotsman trying to fight against the English. Then they're getting blasted. Machine gun there joining in. Grenadiers. Oh, bounced up grenade was a grenade, but dodges it. Rough grenade off. Regular grenades off. Pershing moving up here. 7 kills so far in the name of freedom and democracy. StuG shoot bounces. Grenades on taken up by the Pershing. Machine gun reposition, noting both are actually veteranly free. Those StuG firing at the Pershing. Another hit there. Pershing blasting more grenadiers into hell. He's yet to land a wipe, and he's still short on infantry. Tiramisu definitely needs to begin looking into replacing some of his troops, maybe using Rangers. Could be quite effective, I think, versus Deez. And he should probably also consider some supporting armour. Maybe a Jackson, maybe just Shermans. So, definitely needs to work a bit as his force composition as Deez and the 15th Panzer Division are so far looking to very much take advantage of it. They need to fall back in the face of several advancing riflemen again with a ton of BARs. We got the StuGs and the Panzer IV, but primarily the Panzer IV's easy for fuses to upgrade the StuGs with machine guns. Just might not think they're worth it though. I personally disagree. Panzer IV falling back super close to Victor 2 though, and the Schutzen. Excellent. Big 2 points wide, still a lead here to Tiramisu though. Still not a huge one. Deez Nuts has been able to keep a reasonable pace here with his opponent. So what is Tiramisu planning here? How is he imagining himself getting back into this, since right now he's taking quite a few losses, and we're constantly using the smoke bombs for that rather than the smoke part. Still a flexible ability like that. More smoke out here from Tiramisu. He's definitely getting a lot more active with it compared to, like, you know, the first 20-25 minutes, so that's nice to see. Though of course I imagine the battlefield would look notably different had he been using the smoke more actively. Deez Nuts in this case calling up a command Panzer IV. Ooh, trouble up on these versus the lieutenant. Quickly falls in the back, machine gun moving up as well. The Fates punching moving ahead. And up north, push there for the victory point there. And Tiramisu leads with the Pershing. Though, of course, we've got the StuGs and the Panther nearby. Heavy fire against the Pershing StuG there, gaining veteran 2. Tiramisu not with more infantry or tank restores his Pershing, instead becoming target practice for the assault gun crews. And there you go, target weak points, slightly bugging things up there for the Pershing. So can't fire back. And there you go, main gun out. There you go, bazooka teams to the rescue, preventing the StuG from pursuing. Got a shown on the way there. Half the issues is the StuG can't move fast enough. And that's good, we'll see the destruction of one StuG. But no, rifle grenade saves the day. Damn close there, damn close. Pershing needs repairs bad. He's going to need one more resistance, I think, just help with that. In which case, of course, go for more bazooka teams as well. But I'd definitely say I think one resistance squad to fix up the Pershing at this stage is just insufficient. It's going to be too slow, too inefficient. Machine gun hanging back, 10 kills, that's only 3. No tier 4 here from Deez. I mean, he's also more or less a full pop cap. Plus, I mean, his force composition isn't half bad. 2 StuGs, a Panzer IV, and a command tank. Does present him with quite a bit of firepower as both infantry and armour. And he's wrecking the mortar with a StuG, which doesn't really give a damn about the 50 cal machine gun. Heinz thinks us Americans want something with us. Why do you think that? They're shooting at us with a machine gun gewehr. Ah, well, they probably just want us to stop shooting at them. Ah, well, you know, it's war. That's not how these things work. 50 cal almost done there for Tiramisu. And his Sherman is M4A3. He is still kind of short on infantry and still probably needs to consider some more aggressive tactics with some more advanced smoke laying to assail Deez nuts and actually destroy some of his stuff, because right now Deez is comparatively with Tiramisu not really suffered a lot of losses. He's not suffered a lot of wipes. Has been able to that way build up a more solid force. So quite the challenge here for Tiramisu, how to close the gap as effectively as possible. In fact, taking advantage there. We go Sherman rolling through the south here, an aggressive flank, but can't escape the StuG with the spotting scopes, making full advantage of that one to just spot up any flanking attempts like that and punish them. Excellent play there. Close one there. Rifle moving ahead, got light machines flying away. There's still no smoke to cover anything. Pershing just repaired, but now the Sherman's back for repairs. It could very well end up being that, like, just going back and forth for those two tanks. More air recons here from Deez Nuts, trying to get further get a clue there of how Tiramisu situation is. Possibly to go after this Germany. Looks like they're actually going for it. He's sending in the StuG pretty aggressively. A bold move here. Can he get it? Can he get it? Bazooka team's running up on the way, and oh, he gets the Sherman, the cheeky bastard. Using in part here the spotting scope, of course, just to see at a max range is shoot it. Brilliant there, played by Deez. Rarely get to see some serious StuG spotting scopes play, but Deez Nuts is more than happy to show how it's done. There you go, grenades off against the Grenadiers. Still shot on infantry. Units being blasted here. Machine guns setting up, so we could see a wipe here against Deez, but there you go, instead retreats in time. Up north, Panther 4, StuGs all blasting on. There you go, Pershing going for it. Bazooka teams as well. Have Betsy 2 on the Pershing. Gets the Betsy 2 StuG. Quite a blow there to Deez Nuts, with only one StuG. A Panther 4 on the command tank. That's the Pershing and all the Bazooka teams. That could very well be what he needs to sort of swing the game around, since 2 StuGs aren't quite a threat. And just one StuG going to struggle a bit more. Pershing continues up northwards. We need telemines here from him. No, we do not. In the centre of the command tank is holding up Tiramisu's assault, but the question is for how much longer can he do that as the Pershing strikes from the north. There you go, flanking the StuG. Or not. I mean, technically had it flanked, but didn't, shoot. Same StuG almost done there for Deez Nuts and the German army. Command tank gives us the machine gun, pushing it back. I do think this is the situation again where more infantry would have helped out Tiramisu, keeping up pressure up. Maybe you grab the Pack 40 here. StuG moving in again, using the spotting scopes alongside the Pack 40 to ambush the Pershing and try and take it out there. Good hit there, 22 on the second StuG, and there goes stunning up the Pershing, leaving Tiramisu's heavy tank in a sore spot. Need to fall back here. Pack 40 not fast enough. StuG shoots, penetrates again. Great use of those StuGs here by Deez nuts and the 15th Panzergrenadiers. Some exemplary play there, except again, personally, I would recommend machine guns. Still, he's always making pretty great use of them alongside the spying scopes. Again, it's actually surprisingly rare play. Deez nuts is clearly a confident StuG commandant. There you go, repairs on the Pershing. There again, with only one resistance squad. The Major can basically just stand and look there. Are we repairing the tank? Yes, Major. Good. He's down here flanking the machine grenade off as well. Oh, small chance of wipe here, but Lady Fortuna did not smile upon Tiramisu at that moment. Maybe another time. Pershing need repairs machine moving down in the south. Their command tank going for the lieutenant, flashing out like rats. Well, aiming anyway. Lots of bunkers being dug in there, but Deez help defend vital points. It's a Maschinengewehren. Tiramisu continues to struggle. He's going for another shell. He's still showing infantry. StuG potting getting a bit too bold there. Taking heavy fire from the bazookas and the Pershing. The Pershing, by the way, is getting very close to Veteran 3. I still think Tiramisu would benefit a lot from a second re-echelon squad just to assist with the repairs. Tempted with the 50 caliber, thwarted by command tank. Easily spotting it thanks to the spotting scopes. And we got the Sherman almost done. Riflemen being surrounded by grenadiers. Control doing what he can. 18 kills, betting 2 riflemen straight getting suppressed. They've got the StuG going up, smoking down here. Pershing on the move, there you go, almost got the StuG. Machine gun bunker there, slightly neutralised in the south there. Something got killed. Pershing moving ahead, they're betting 2, need to be careful, Misses the StuG, other StuG, they're getting flanked, getting bazooka. Pershing down to half health already. Also awfully close to negating its arm advantage a bit. There's the Panther 4, there you go, 1 down. StuG gaining ace level. Pershing bans the shot from the ace StuG. Panther 4, oh, lost the ace StuG. 9. A huge cataclysmic battle here, partly thanks to the smoke there. Does allow him to cause quite a few casualties here. 2 Deez nuts. The Pershing is super close to 3. On the other hand, he's also super short on infantry. Oh dear, they got wiped before he could get off the Panthers in the south. Sherman there obviously attacked by the command tank. Then again, the command tank's on thing up with the Sherman. Got the Panther 4 moving in. Back here, Pershing can need repairs again. He's short on the echelons. He's short on stuff to repair it. Sherman almost got down here. It's likely going to get knocked out here by the veteran Panther 4 crew. No, shot bounced. There might be a chance here. There might be a chance for the Sherman to pull it off. Grenadiers been able to flank here with the Panther Faust. Got the pack for the municipal. Going to do it safer. Very wisely down. There we go. Sherman down. That was close. Tiramisu's casualties. His attrition continues to just escalate here versus Deez nuts. Captain on the way there, probably for anti-tank guns and whatnot, plus of course just the free infantry he gets from attacking, so doesn't end up feeling so bad. Pershing being slowly repaired here. Now the Sturmgeschütz on the way for Deez nuts and the 15th Panzergrenadiers. Rather than getting blasted. Too many grenadiers with the light machine guns. Another Sherman there for Tiramisu, so he cancelled the captain, meaning he's still pretty short on infantry, which I do feel like is one of Tiramisu's biggest problems at the moment. Compared to the Deez nuts here with 3 gun squads, does have more pluses, helping himself further with machine gun bunkers, freeing up troops and machine gun to do stuff elsewhere. So I would say clever use of their resources by Deez. As Tiramisu just struggles to scrape anything together. And it's pretty much just all hinging on the Pershing making the best use of it now here versus Deez nuts. One mistake then that could very well cost him the game. He's also super low on victory points now. I mean, whatever advantage he had is pretty much gone. Panther 4 sitting up there with close to veteran 3, Riflemen under 5 machine guns, doing whatever they can to suppress them. Panther 4 there on watch, almost taken out here by the Pershing, which is now definitely ace level. Tipping towards the centre here. Got the Sherman joining in, very good. There you go, blasting out the MD-42 with accurate fire there. Got almost gone. 24 kills there. Sherman joining in, machine gun almost dead in the center of the rifle, close being wiped out. Double rifle grenades here. Deez Nazis taking no prisoners there, going to the StuG into the Pack 40. Heavy damage in the Sherman, already half health for Panzer 4, flanking it further. Pershing out support, no smoke screen either. Definitely not the best move there by Tiramisu, easily punished by Deez Nuts. Pershing there bouncing off shots, close to veteran free though. Well, not veteran free, but close to death. And there you go, less than half health now. StuG is down, only abandoned. Almost got the Pack 40, gonna lose it. Push back the rifleman, still pretty damn close. Got the Pack 40 here. The Pershing is very much right now the nucleus of Tiramisu's chances of winning anything at all, as it is just absolutely on a bender here versus Deez Nuts in the 15 pound. Going to be obliterating the units left, right, and centre. As its high rate of fire and accuracy means it can very easily obliterate most things. Troops are healing and forcing. Tiramisu still desperately, I feel like, needs more infantry and alternate the Pack 40 or something like that would be great. Losing the centre victory point. You might want to use the 50 caliber support, to be honest, rather than have it cover there. At this stage, you can't really afford to have any just sitting about. And one small hit into the issue, which is Tiramisu is desperately short on reassurance to actually repair the tank faster than what it currently is. Comparatively, Deez Nuts has brought up double pioneers to ensure his tanks are rapidly repaired, ensuring they spend the least time off the battlefield, which is really good and important. Got a smoking down somewhere in the south, 50 up here, not bad. But runs into another machine gun as Deez Nuts is just on point. Command tank close to 2, 11 kills so far for the fatherland. Sherman almost done there for Tiramisu. Well, close and close. It's the person that's going to be repaired. So shouldn't be able to join in. Problem is he's down to just 20 victory points here. This is a Trump 28. Far up north with the cab here. Getting smoked out. Use of smoking there by Deez Nuts mortar. Very good. Nicely planned ahead. So while he hasn't used much smoke in some ways, it does feel like it's been a bit more, shall we say, planned out here than Tiramisu, which felt a lot more reactive in most cases with the smoke. So got play there. Pershing now down to half health already. Pack firing away. Panzer 4 gaining the ace level itself, smoking off into the echelons. Canadians are being assaulted and pushed away. Down at 10 points here, 8 points. Tiramisu's chance of hanging by a thread. He's just charging the Pershing now. He's going all in. And even then, it might just be too late here for Tiramisu and America. He might just get the ace Panzer 4. No, doesn't even that. So there you go. GG. Game over. A loss for America. A victory for the German army. A close fought battle at many times. But in the end, the fight just slowly spiraled out of control for Tiramisu. I would say partly the issue was just the way you smoke. I think was too much reactive. When you're attacking, you should be much more active with it. You should plan ahead. You're trying to have an idea where Deez Nuts set up his stuff and you smoke it out. So in that way, make much better assaults. He wasn't much of a flanker either as the game progressed. He got, I think, a bit too reckless, a bit too confident. And Deez Nuts will, take advantage of it. Similarly, I think that he should have gone for doctrine sooner, making use of it much more actually. Ranges and mines could, I think, had a much bigger impact on Deez Nuts than they actually ended up doing, where just pretty much just went for the Pershing and a bit of smoke. So had I think been a bit more active there, he would have probably been better off as well in those regards. Still, strong start as the Americans can pull it off, but Deez Nuts was able to slowly punish Tiramisu for some of the mistakes he made and just gain the advantage there. Plus, of course, this then Tiramisu allowed him to just go for double StuGs easily, and that way, lock down any other armor, but also just to make it hard for the Pershing to make as big gains as Tiramisu had hoped for. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share it with your friends, share it with the world. And if you like what we do, you can donate or pledge on Patreon. And the links are in the video description. Every little donation there helps me out keep making videos day after day. So do consider or pledge on Patreon. This is Imperial Dancing. Cheers. You're all a wonderful audience. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for another Sonic episode. Bye.